for this year, launching at the show. First, we're going to look at some Richard Bona signature basses. This is the Commando. The Commando is designed with Richard Bona. Of course, Richard Bona designed this body shape. The body is okume wood from Central Africa. It's a very lightweight hardwood. We've got a maple neck. It's 24 fret fingerboard, 34-inch scale, 2 soap bar pickups. All of the Markbass basses include the MB Instrument preamp, which is an active preamp, runs on 9 volts. See, 9-volt battery compartment. So it's volume, passive tone. So it's active when this button's down, you pull it up and it's passive mode. Bass, mid, treble. By the way, that comes in 11 different finishes. The Kilimanjaro is a bit of an upgrade from the Commando series. It has upgraded hardware. It has swamp ash wood for the body, again maple neck, and there are 4 different finishes on this bass. And then there's an exciting variation on that bass. This is the Kilimanjaro F1 Olivo, and the exciting thing about this bass is the body of the instrument is made of spruce from the Fiemme Valley in northern Italy, in the Italian Alps. And this is the kind of wood that Stradivarius used to make all his amazing legendary violins, cellos, etc., classical instruments hundreds of years ago. So really, the wood made in this, used in this bass is literally descended from the trees that produce the wood for those amazing classical instruments. Now the top of this bass is olive wood from Abruzzo, which is the region of Italy where the Markbass factory is. So it's spruce and olive. This is the F1 Olivo. This is sort of a premium version of the Kilimanjaro bass. Also, we have the JP series. This is a jazz style bass, of course, 2 jazz pickups. Once again, the MB Instrument preamp. It is an alder body, maple neck, Pau Ferro fretboards, gold hardware. This comes in a whopping 18 different finishes, all kinds of different colors. Got glossy finishes, matte finishes, a wide range of colors. Very easy to play, quite narrow at the nut. So it's really a fast bass. Really nice, smooth fingerboard. Very enjoyable to play. I've been playing one for a while. Here we have the Mark Vintage preamp pedal. This is basically a pedal version of the preamp found in the Little Mark Vintage amplifier and the Little Mark Vintage D2. It's a tube preamp with a 12AX7 tube. You've got jumbo gain and master knobs, but a 4-band EQ, low, mid, high, and high. There are a couple of EQ filters. The old filter cuts highs for a more old school sound. And then the filter in the middle here is like a scoop filter, which boosts lows and highs and cuts mids. So that's really good for things like slap and pick playing. This pedal has 2 different kinds of drive, tube drive and solid state drive. What is, of course, going to control the amount of tube drive is the gain level, because that's what's going through the tube. So the higher you put up the gain, the more you're distorting through the tube. And this is the overall drive level. But but this blend control is controlling the balance between solid state and tube drive. So you got a nice range of drive sounds that you can, you know, make really subtle or really quite overdriven. There is a boost control that's +6 decibels, so that's really good for, you know, if you're playing a solo or something, just want a bump in the level. There is an auxiliary input for MP3 player, phone, whatever, anything you want to play along with. Headphone output. So this really makes for a great travel practice amp. You could take this in a hotel room or whatever. All you would need is headphones and your bass, and if you wanted to play along with something, you know, a phone or MP3 player. On the back, where all the outputs are, first of all, there's this 12-volt power. This is a real DI output with a transformer. There's a ground lift in case you have any hum in your signal. This is a 1/4-inch output that you can send to a tuner or anywhere else you like. Now this is really special here. There's not one but 2 digital outputs. There's an RCA output and a Toslink output for digital recording. And not only that, but you can select the resolution of the audio, 96 kilohertz, 44.1, and 48 kilohertz. So it's great for recording. You can run this in your signal chain, in your pedal boards, or you can use it as a practice amp. A very, very versatile little unit. Many of you may not know, but Italy has an incredible tradition in making strings for guitars and basses and other instruments, going back 2 centuries. And Markbass has taken into its company some of the current living members of one of the families that developed string making, and including some of their equipment. So now Markbass is making strings. These are Markbass strings made in Italy in the Markbass factory, along with all the Markbass basses. There's a full series including stainless steel strings, nickel-plated strings, flat wounds, 2 different varieties of double bass strings. There are 4-string sets, there are 5-string sets, all of the standard gauges, light, medium, heavy, heavy. They're really, really wonderful strings, nice definition, feel good on the fingers, and again, you know, come ready-made with this amazing Italian tradition and the expertise that makes them. And you can find out more about these strings and about all the new Markbass products at markbass.it, and look out for these in stores coming up in 2020.